A deformity that baffled the era's doctors, a death that was just as mysterious as his bizarre condition. What really happened to the so-called Elephant Man? Joseph Merrick was born in Leicester, England, and it wasn't until he was a toddler that he developed a tumor on his lip that soon spread over one side of his face. Next, the lump appeared on his forehead, which would continue to grow over the next few years and resulted in a significant enlargement of his head. According to Britannica, his feet and right arm also grew abnormally, and he also developed hip problems. After the death of his mother and the rejection of his father, Merrick ended up living in the Leicester Union workhouse. After spending some time being exhibited in freak shows across England and Europe, he eventually befriended a doctor named Frederick Treves, who helped make sure he was cared for after his days in the sideshow circuit came to an end.
This exhibit degrades everybody who sees it, as well as the poor creature himself.
He is a freak. How else will he live?
Diagnosing Merrick proved challenging, and during his lifetime he was diagnosed as suffering from elephantiasis. Very Well Health described it as a rare disease of the lymphatic system that causes certain parts of the body, especially the limbs, to become enlarged. During his lifetime and long after his death, physicians have tried to determine exactly what afflicted Merrick. In 1909, scientists suggested he might have suffered from neurofibromatosis. Although it remained a popular diagnosis for years, the theory was later discredited. More recent attempts at a diagnosis have led to the suggestion that he had the rare congenital disorder called Proteus syndrome instead, which was put forward as a much better match to Merrick's symptoms, including benign tumors growing to very large sizes and the rapid growth of the head or limbs in an irregular pattern. Although modern science has gone so far as to analyze the DNA from one of Merrick's descendants, the granddaughter of his maternal uncle, inconclusive results means it's still unclear what the diagnosis should be. As Open Mind notes, one of the newest theories is that he might have suffered from both neurofibromatosis and Proteus syndrome, combination that could explain his sudden and unexpected death years later. Dr. Frederick Treves from the Royal London Hospital became interested in Merrick when he was being exhibited not far from where he worked, and examined him in an effort to better understand his condition. Despite his physical appearance, Treves wrote that Merrick was considered healthy by general 19th century standards, which is to say other health issues like risk of seizures, blood clots, and pulmonary embolism would have been impossible to detect back then. Merrick was ultimately admitted to London Hospital suffering from pneumonia and the same sorts of health issues that came with living on the streets in Victoria-era London. While his hospital stay was meant to be a short one, donations and support from public figures made it possible for Merrick to stay there for the rest of his life. Rooms at the hospital were adapted to become his living quarters, and Treves would visit him regularly. In the years before his death, he had lived a fuller life, engaging in outings to the theater and to the countryside. On April 11, 1890, Merrick was found dead on his bed at the age of 27. Most of his life, Merrick had slept sitting up, using his bent knees as a place to rest his head. While at London Hospital, he had a bed but would still sleep in an upright position, propped by pillows to help support the weight of his head. But on that fateful night in 1890, Merrick had chosen to lie down. His cause of death was initially ruled as caused by asphyxiation. Basically, it was believed that the weight of Merrick's head, which is thought to have been around 20 pounds, had caused him to suffocate once he lay down. Recent research, however, suggests this might not have been the case. Thomas Jefferson University Hospital surgeon Alex Vaccaro was able to scan Merrick's skeleton, which has been held at the Royal London Hospital since his death, and then examine it as a computer model. The scan shows issues with some of Merrick's vertebrae, which Vaccaro believes explains his death. He likely crushed or severed his own spinal cord because of the weight of his head as he laid down on his bed for the first and last time.